What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and I'm posting this on New Year's Eve, but if you're watching it a day late, Happy New Year's. It's time for Jaco the Galactic Patrolman. Time to review this bitch. So, Jaco the Galactic Patrolman. It's 10 chapters, 10 to 11, I forget. I believe it's about 11 chapters. And it sort of plays out like an animated movie, honestly. You can kind of see the three-act structure. You have Jaco the Galactic Patrolman bumps into the Earth when he's distracted, or bumps into the moon and crash lands on Earth. Very funny Toriyama setup. And what ends up happening is he crash lands, he meets this old scientist, and we get to learn a little bit more about him. And Jaco's like, "Can you fix my ship?" And he's like, "I don't know, maybe." And yeah, and Jaco was there to investigate like an alien life form that was going to crash land in a few days, but he needs to be able to leave with his ship. So yeah, basically it's fix the ship in a few days, or, you know, we're going to lose the island because this government dude wants to take the island that this old guy lives on away from him to build some bullshit. But the old guy doesn't want to leave because, get this, in this gag manga, this is really funny, check this out. He tried to build a time machine and something went wrong and everybody died, including his wife, and then he buried his wife and he doesn't want to leave the island that his wife's grave is on. This is a gag manga, right? Yeah, it is a gag manga. They don't overplay that aspect to his character, but it does give him, I won't say the needed depth, but a nice extra cherry on top to the overall series, which is mainly a comedy, but then you get that nice depth that doesn't feel too intrusive, and it matches his character, and it works, and you look at his design, and he looks like a guy who'd have that kind of baggage and that kind of emotional scarring, I guess you could say. So, yeah, well, with the weird little silly hair, you know, classic Toriyama making characters look still a little bit silly. In fact, you could say that with the little hair thing that he has, plus his serious face, makes him look even more silly, but he really works. His character design is good. And, yeah, I'm already talking about the characters, so I might as well go into that, because I told you the basic setup. You know, they're trying to fix the ship and get the fuck off the planet, then there's this tie-in with a pop idol and a rocket ship, but I'm not going to go into that too much. That's like the climax. I don't want to spoil everything. So, moving into the characters, Jaco is a fun character. He is pretty full of himself and kind of a dick, but he's likable because he will still jump in to help people, you know, almost against his own will. Like, it's like, hey, stay here, don't blow your cover. And he sees shit going on, and he's like, no, I gotta go help. I can't just stand here. So he goes in, beats the shit out of guys. It's awesome, does the poses and everything. And yeah, Jaco, he's a likable character. There's not a lot to him depth-wise, but yeah, he's a fun little alien. Pretty overpowered, I'd say. Probably stronger than Kid Goku at the beginning of Dragon Ball. Not too sure. I mainly say that because of the giant sea monster that he defeated in the beginning, but I don't know. Because Goku couldn't, I don't think Goku could beat a sea monster like that, but maybe. Yeah, but Jaco's nice. The scientist whose name I'm forgetting, and I really wish I wasn't, it was like Omori, maybe? Or Imori, I forget. It's something like that. He's a cool character. Like I said, I already talked about his baggage and his character development. But he's fun. You know, he doesn't really want to have anything to do with Jaco at first, but he says, yeah, I'll fix the ship. And they grow a friendship, and it's funny to see Jaco do these crazy things and him like, what the fuck? And Jaco beats up the cops, and he's like, no, we got to fucking get the fuck out of here. It's funny to see them interact. Then you have Tights, who they meet around like the middle of the manga. She's cool. She's just kind of a laid-back, chill, like, oh, you're an alien. Cool. You know, she's not, like, super freaking out about anything. She's not, I don't know, she's just kind of laid-back, cool chick. She's not super interesting. She has a couple funny lines, cool character design. So, yeah. And speaking of character design, since I've pretty much said everything I can say about Tights until I go a little bit further into the review, the artwork is very good. It's classic Toriyama artwork. It's simplistic, got a little bit of detail in there. It's very, very well drawn. You can see all the backgrounds separate from the characters. The backgrounds are very clean. You can tell exactly what's going on. It's simplistic. It's not super detailed, but it really doesn't need to be. So yeah, it looks good. It looks nice and clean, and you can always tell what's happening in every panel, which I can't say the same for some other series. Bleach. At least when I read Bleach. So yeah, I always take shots at Bleach every chance I get, and I don't even like hate the series. I'm just kind of like, Bleach was boring, so fuck it. Yeah, that's like the only thing. Like I was like, it's boring. There's so many other series I dislike more, but I always just take shots at Bleach any chance I get. It's fucked up. But anyways, apologies to Bleach fans. No, joking aside though, Yeah. Artwork. I lost my I lost where I was at for a second. The artwork's good. That's basically it's good. It's clean. I said what I need to say about it. So now for the big thing, and it is a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler because as soon as I say it, you're gonna say, "Oh, I already knew that." It's the Dragon Ball world. Tights is Bulma's sister, and the alien that was coming to the planet was Goku. Not a surprise at all. Not because the series gives it away or that it's not hinted at enough. It's hinted at very well. It's just with Resurrection F and Dragon Ball Super, you know Jaco is part of the Dragon Ball universe. There's no spoiler there. So yeah, I do think it's a good twist though. I think when you see it at the end of Jaco, it's like, oh, that's really, really cool. It just sucks that now that he's part of the Dragon Ball universe in full, not in full, he was in full before, but now that he's interacted with the characters and he's been in the movie and everything, it's been pretty much given away. So that kind of sucks, but still, it is, for what it is, I will admit, it's a nice twist to have at the end, to give this, what was a good gag series, just kind of elevated a little bit higher. So, yeah, with that being said, yeah, Tights is Bulma's sister, and yeah, Bulma never mentioned her, but honestly, I mean, if you've got a series and you write it and it's completed, then you try to add more and elongate the series, and you're going to have these inconsistencies. I pretty much take a lot of what happens in Dragon Ball Super and the movies and Jaco the Galactic Patrolman. I take all the stuff that happens in them and I kind of just take it with a grain of salt because it's like, yeah, the story happened, it's done, it is the completed Dragon Ball manga. Now you're kind of adding stuff, and sure, maybe it's canon, maybe it's not, but like I said, I just take it with a grain of salt. I'll point out the problems, I'll point out the plot holes or the inconsistencies if they come up, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal because I have Dragon Ball, I have the completed series to read, and I don't need these extra parts. So, yeah, even if they have plot holes, even if they have inconsistencies, they don't really bother me too much. But anyways, that's Galactic Patrolman Jaco. I know I said that backwards. I started to say it wrong and then I said it wrong anyway. No takes, fuck it. It's good though. It's a good read. I definitely recommend picking it up if it's in your country because I don't think you can read it online. I was going to read it online for this review, and I ended up not reviewing it because I waited till I could buy the volume because I can't find it online. I mean, I do, you can see the shelf behind me, I do buy anime and manga that I really like, and I would have eventually bought Jaco had I liked it reading it online. But, you know, it's good to read things online or watch things online if you don't quite know if you're going to like them instead of dropping 20 bucks on the Blu-ray. Watch some online, see if you really like it. If you're a big fan, pick it up, you know what I mean? Wanted to do that with Jaco, couldn't because there's no completed translations that I could find. I didn't do, like, extensive searching or anything, but, yeah. So, Dragon Ball Minus. Remember when I said I have to take the inconsistencies of the extra add-ons to the series with a grain of salt? Well, yeah, Dragon Ball Minus. I do have some things to say about it. I don't think there are as many consistencies as other people think there are. I can kind of explain some of them, but there are definitely some holes here. First off, just to summarize, it's kind of like the episode, not the episode of Bardock, that was the stupid Super Saiyan one. It's the Bardock, the father of Goku special, but fuck that thing, forget that thing. I mean, not because it's bad or anything, but just fuck it, it's not canon. This is written by Akira Toriyama, so any inconsistencies it has with that special do not matter. Goku is not a baby here, and I was thinking that this is kind of a big deal because Goku was clearly supposed to be a baby in the original manga, right? I don't know, because they never actually show a flashback of Grandpa Gohan with him as a baby. In the anime they do, and even in Dragon Ball Z Kai they do, but in the manga, I don't recall ever seeing a panel where we see not young Grandpa Gohan, but a younger Grandpa Gohan with a baby Goku. He just says, you know, oh, we were found as a baby, and Goku was pretty small, but he was a little older than a baby. So I don't know, it's kind of an inconsistency, but since we don't actually see Goku as a baby, and at least in the English translation of the manga, Goku does say, oh, when I was found as a kid. So, yeah, and you can still tie in the bumping the head and everything and having a bad attitude. You can still have all that work with him being a little bit older. So I don't think that's a big deal overall. It could just be a wording thing. I don't think that's like a plot hole. But yeah, they send him off world because Frieza's gathering all the Saiyans on planet Vegeta, and Bardock has a bad feeling about that. So yeah, we see Goku's mom, and she's kind of nice. Not much to her character really. She just we get to see her. That was the point of this special. So yeah, she's kind of nice. She's a kind-hearted Saiyan, whereas Bardock and other Saiyans are a bunch of assholes, which they've always been. So you know, but yeah. So I guess the biggest issues are when they send Goku off world for his own safety. His mom says, "Oh, I'll tell Raditz," and it's like, really, you'll tell Raditz? Why does Raditz go there thinking Goku was supposed to destroy everything then, if it was for his own safety? You know, that's kind of, you know... and then you've got Raditz on a mission with Vegeta. They're off-world, and the planet gets blown up once there's enough Saiyans on the planet. And why didn't Vegeta go back? Well, in the original manga, Vegeta didn't go back because he was told to stay off-world. He was kept off-world so he could be used later. In this, Vegeta says, "Oh, I'll just pretend I didn't hear the message." That's... yeah, that's questionable. That's definitely inconsistent. And there's ways to write around these little problems. I mean, you could easily do it. It's just the problem is making another chapter just to fill in plot holes doesn't feel like a proper continuation. But yeah, that's an inconsistency. I'm trying to think. Bardock having like, "Oh, I feel the presence of death." I don't know if he's supposed to have his psychic powers that he had in the other special. I doubt it, so I think it's just kind of a bad feeling, and whatever, that works. But yeah, and you know, Frieza gathering all the Saiyans and everything, worried about the Super Saiyan God and the Super Saiyan Legend. That's cool. And yeah, that's really all there is to this chapter. It is just... Bardock returns home. He has a bad feeling about things because Frieza's gathering all the Saiyans, and he decides, you know what, we're going to send Kakarot off planet. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens, you know. And then you see at the very end, you see Jaco get sent in to fucking take care of shit. So, yeah, I don't... it just... yeah, it's like a prequel to Jaco the Galactic Patrolman and a prequel to fucking Dragon Ball, kind of. There's really not a lot to say. I didn't think it was as bad as other people. I heard Dragon Ball Minus was going to be like this huge, inconsistent mess. And I really didn't think it was. Frieza knows about the Super Saiyan God. He never mentions it, but he doesn't really need to. He didn't believe in it, or maybe he put stock in the Super Saiyan legend, but maybe not the Super Saiyan God legend. And that's why he only mentioned Super Saiyan in the Namek arc. But either way, again, not a big deal that he didn't mention it. Goku's age, again, you don't see him crash land as a baby, as far as I remember in the manga, so that could work. And there's also Goku saying, "Oh, when I was found as a kid," which, that could just be Goku yeah, it's a wording issue, so you don't know for sure. I can't call that one a plot hole. The Vegeta thing and the Raditz thing, those are issues that could be fixed, but to fix them would require just a second chapter. That doesn't feel like a conclusive second chapter. It just feels like we're going to fill in the plot holes. This is Dragon Ball Minus Chapter 2, the fucking plot hole filling edition. So, yeah, I don't know. Raditz... because you could fill in. You could say, oh, you know, his mom tried to contact him, but that was like right when the planet got blown up. And so he didn't know what his mom was trying to say. So him and Vegeta go back to fucking Frieza, and Frieza's men are like, "Oh, yeah, whatever, your brother was sent to destroy Earth. Fuck it. Don't matter. He's a baby Saiyan, who cares?" And then Raditz is like, "Oh, okay, that's where Kakarot went." And then Vegeta, he was left off the world. I don't know. They could say, I don't know. I'm not going to try to fill in all the plot holes right here on the spot, but there are ways you can write around the issues in Dragon Ball Minus. It's just, again, it's an extension to a series that's already done, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. So, yeah. This isn't like Star Wars, where Episode 7 is like redeeming the prequels and all that, you know, and it did, and it's really good, and you can continue the story. This is not the same. This is a completed story that's just being extended. Like, Naruto has a whole ton of problems, but I'm not going to say the shit that happens in Boruto, the new spin-off, are going to be, you know, canon plot holes, because it's like, no, Naruto's done. This is just another extension. Fuck it. It's just, take it with a grain of salt. So yeah, and I'm not going to review that, by the way, but, you know. But with all that being said, I thought Dragon Ball Minus was just kind of okay. It has a couple issues, and a couple other things I think that are not too bad, But overall, it wasn't really necessary. He could have just drawn Goku's mom and put the picture in the magazine, and that's it. He didn't need to fucking write a chapter around her, but whatever. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll give Galactic Patrolman Jaco, fuck, I keep saying that wrong, I don't know why. I'll give that a 7 out of 10. It's an okay series. It's good in a lot of aspects, but it's nothing like mind-blowing or phenomenal. But for what it is, it's good. Entertainment-wise, I'd say it's a 7 out of 10. It's an okay series. Dragon Ball Minus, I guess it's like a 6. Honestly, it's just kind of decent. So that's pretty much all I have to say. But yeah, Happy New Year, and I hope to make a bunch of other cool videos. I got a video announcement to make pretty soon, but I want to get a little bit more. It's going to be like a film project with a couple of my friends, and it should be fun, but yeah, I don't want to like give anything away just yet until we have a little bit more concrete, not concrete, we're definitely going to do it, but I want more props together and have something more to show you guys before I make the announcement. So yeah, with all that being said, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys think of Jaco the Galactic Patrolman and Dragon Ball Minus in the comment section below. You can follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. Subscribe if you haven't already or if you like what you've seen here. And a thumbs up would really help me out. Talk to you guys later. Bye.